And lastly, a contract with Delaware Valley Consortium for Excellence and Equity. It's approval of a contract with Delaware Valley Consortium at a proposed rate for the remainder of the school year. It is $5,000. It's access to their fair recruitment for HR. I believe this is in relationship to what Dr. Duda said earlier. Is that correct, Dr. Duda? No, different one? Dr. Chance, can you explain what this is then?
I should refer to Director Brown because it's related to our DEI department. Could you repeat your question?
Sure. I mistakenly thought it was part of the consortium with the IU, but it's actually Delaware Valley. Can you explain it a little further?
But it's part of the 3-year DEI plan to increase our retention and recruitment of diverse applicants that are applying and working with the district, and our ability to be able to keep and retain these individuals. Being able to have a contract with DVCE allows us to have those 3 components. One, that we would be able to attend their spring recruitment fair, which we've used in the past as we were members of the DVCE, if some of you can remember, from 2011 to 2016. The majority of districts that are in Chester County have contracts and do partner with DVCE. It allows all of our staff, students, and employees to be part of training events and programs, and especially for our students being part of conferences, and then allowing myself and others to be a part of the consortium, which has all of the DEI directors in the greater Chester County.
Thank you. So a lot of recruitment going on in lots of different areas. Excellent. And that concludes my report.
Justin and I had several conversations about this because I was inquiring why we weren't part of this, especially once I understood, the challenges in our region and who's really connecting to a pool of diverse candidates for us, because that's obviously a big challenge in public education, especially for our district. So here we are. Thankfully we're able to get in this year without a full cost membership, and it hits right for recruiting window. So it seems like it makes a lot of sense.
Justin, just a quick question. When it said reminder of the school year, if we approve the contract next week, then it starts January and ends in June?
That is correct.
Okay.
Next year, we're coming in at a rate of $8,000, which is not normally their school rate, but prior conversations with trying to get in to having a contract with them, they offered us that. But the following year, we'll go back to the regular rate, which is $12,000.
How is the success rate of this program assessed?
Well, they have their own determining success. They have a audit.
I mean, for us, for downtown.
Well, I think we'll look at several things. I think we'll first look at the first bullet, which is how the recruitment fair went for us. That'll be a combination between HR and myself to see whether this fair was great for us, bringing people, how many people applied, how, through that process. The training and workshops, I guess, would be through me, seeing how many of our students will go to the conferences, but we will be keeping an eye on the data for how many of our teachers and employees are actually using the workshops that are provided. While people love to hear my voice, I'm sure they like to hear from other trainers, which is why we try to bring in those who are expertise in their field so that they can get different perspectives and ask different questions. And maybe some of them have more expertise that I don't have in particular areas. So I think it's great to have different voices that are heard. I'm not quite sure how we'll assess the success of me being a part of the consortium, other than being able to have professional development for myself, to be able to bounce ideas off of, see what other districts are doing. Right now, and what I've been doing for the last 2 years, is I've just personally reached out to other directors and have formed relationships that way. And most of their responses to me are, you should be a part of the consortium. We're having these conversations. The IU has one with very little attendance right now because everyone's at the DVCE one. So I'm getting it where I can get it right now to benefit the district. And a lot of that is putting the effort forward first to be able to do that.
And to that end, and I ask this with all our programs, and I appreciate the question, Director Miller, when it says, for example, leadership learning opportunities for middle school and high school students of color, I appreciate that you say you'll keep track of how many students are actually participating. So, even with the evidence-based professional learning,
yes,
how many people are going, you know, to your point, how many
Right.
teachers are going? Can we get more to go? How do we encourage? And the ones that went, was it a good program?
Absolutely.
I mean, it's not even just numbers, it's evaluating the program itself and saying, was it worthwhile?
Absolutely. I think
So
the
we
biggest
know-
thing, I think the other thing that we want to assess too is how are the students using the learning outcomes to better the district. In February, me and 16 students will be going to Bloomsburg University for a Sankofa conference. The goal is that the students take the information they got from the conference to help develop their individual clubs and organizations back at the high schools.
Yeah, that's great, thank you.
I just want to say thank you for saving us money, because, you know, in-person training is so expensive. So if you're getting all this workshop and the quality for the price that you bargained, great job.
We try.
Director Bluss, I would like to address your comment about the countywide consortium effort. Because all Chester County school districts are not participating with DVCEE, Downingtown will represent as Downingtown at that particular job fair, not as the county consortium.
All right, thank you.